Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. How's everybody doing? We back. Smash the like button. Man, I'm out here in Cali, California quarantine, lockdown. You know, we got curfews and stuff. So we going to be spending a lot of quality time together. See you later, sweetie, honey, sugar. Listen, I got time for the BS now. Y'all, man, I told you we going to close the year strong. I got energy. I've been getting some good sleep. I got time for it now. Today I got time, cuz. Listen, I need y'all to smash the like button. Now y'all getting locked down ego. This is a whole nother animal because I'm focused. You know what I'm saying? When boxing was lit and I was traveling, I'm one person, so, you know, that's exhausting, jet lag, stuff like that. But y'all getting a different ego because I'm at the crib. We on lockdown. I'm in Cali. So it's like a prison sentence till we figure this out. Today I got time, cuz. So I'm going to be coming back. It don't stop. Man, my man Ari, catch him on Easy Work Wednesday. He did great. He joined the chat. You guys got to listen. You guys have got to listen. The Easy Work Wednesday is where it's at. A lot of different opinions. We don't always agree. A lot of times we agree. It's long form content. But today I got time, cuz. I'm going to be dropping video after video after video. You don't want to miss it. Hit the subscribe button. I got some other stuff I'm kind of trying to work on. Different content, different, you know. I'm just mixing it up. So In this video, I want to talk more about the Errol Spence. I just had to take a little break, get some dinner, but I'm back now. Robert Rich, what up? Man, the work don't stop. I'm a machine. I'm ready. Van Damme and Cyborg. Watch how I work. Can't nobody outwork me. It don't matter. Any time of day, just stay tuned. Hit the bell notification so you get all the notifications. There's a button that says all. Listen, when you guys hit the notifications, here's an ego tip, a pro tip. You have to make sure within your phone settings, like where you put your ringer on and stuff like that, that YouTube, the little slider or whatnot, is approved to get notifications. Oh man, this man Prada is tripping with this big red. I see you. He said, Boxing Ego, my office hours are 9 to 5. Yeah. I'm coming back with a vengeance. Bruce Willis, Die Hard with a vengeance. We coming. Errol, Big Fish Spence. We gonna keep talking about it. Nah, we're gonna talk about this Errol Spence. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, how this go down. The more they resist, like old media and stuff, the more they resist and try to debunk what's being said, the worse it's going to get for them. So you probably should stop. I can't tell anyone what to do. We're all grown men, women, but you should stop because you won't win this battle. We're in every city, every street corner, every state. We worldwide, baby. Ego's army. And we're going to keep kicking the facts. And when it comes to this Errol Spence, you know, shout out to him. Shout out to Terrence Crawford. It's just a battle that y'all can't win when it comes to the talking points. And the money keep coming in. Shout out to my man Kevin Slims. Ego's army, salute. Salute, Ego, salute, chat, respect. I told you, we working. So, where do I start? Here's where I start. Rest in peace to Debo. Listen, I'm going to cut the beat off. We're going to do a moment of silence for Tiny Lister Debo. Tiny Lister Jr. Let me cut the beat off. I'm going to do a moment of silence. Tiny Lister Jr. has passed. He played in The Fifth Element. He played Debo famously in the Friday series. A moment of silence. Everybody show your respect. You can put your prayer hands up. You can put the angels, be respectful. Condolences to his family. We're going to start now. Rest in peace to Debo. Moment of silence for Tiny Lister. Thank you. Man, what? Debo. Man, it's going to hurt too because Pops Witherspoon died last year. John Witherspoon. Yittity. And now Debo. So it's like, how can they even do the Friday series now? You know what I mean? I heard they were trying to do a sequel. But disappointing news. Disappointing news, man. Prayers go out to his family. Now let's get active. Errol Spence Jr. Man down. I got about $200. Y'all was in there whole time. Y'all don't get nothing. Man, hell yeah. We got about $250. Ain't that right, Debo? I got about $250. Man, Debo's the legend. I got about $250. That man, Debo is a beast. Sad. So we got to do it for the culture. A lot of, 2020 been rough. They taking a lot of, especially black heroes. Like, damn, Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, Kobe Bryant, Roger Mayweather. Debo, like, god damn. Now, one person that's shining right now, Errol Spence Jr., man down. Hey, I need y'all to smash the like button, get the likes up. YouTube hating on the likes. Man down. Mike Coppinger of The Athletic, he tweeted this. Sources: Errol Spence, Danny Garcia welterweight fight, PBC Fox pay-per-view, generated in excess of 250,000 buys at $75 a pop, and it pulled in at least 18,750,000. So it pulled in basically at least $19-20 million. Spence's last two fights also did over 300. Errol Spence, man down, big fish. Wow. Shout out to Errol Spence. He's definitely a star. He says bag talk. Man, he got a crowd and people paying to see him. He had 16,102 people, and one of those people was Terrence Crawford. Now, let me address the hate, the growing hate for Errol Spence Jr. Ari, I'm gonna get to that. My man Ari ready to bite y'all head off. Y'all better stop with Ego's Army. Y'all don't make more sense than us. Yeah, he definitely getting the back end. Shout out to Carl Leon. He said that's what we call leverage. He did 16,000 in a pandemic. Man, listen to your boy Ego, or you can listen to old media, whatever you prefer. But just hear me out. Errol Spence is a star. I've already seen the antagonists and old media and stuff starting to hate. They like, oh, these are horrible numbers. Bob Arum was hating. The other day, he just did an interview with ringtv.com and lied and made up his own numbers and said he heard from a source that Errol Spence did 100,000 or 120, something like that, 100. So Bob Arum, okay, first of all, listen. You guys got to really question people that are all in other people's business. Bob Arum got a fight with Shakur this weekend. How you got time? Listen, nah, bro. Y'all, listen, we got to clean boxing up. I'm Frank Castle, the Punisher. We got to bring boxing back to its rightful space. Just hear me out. That's all I'm asking. How is Shakur Stevenson fighting on Saturday? Nobody knows anything about his opponent. You know, the 50 Tyson dude. And you got time to not promote that in any extravagant way. But you got time to go to a Golden Boy owned magazine, Ring TV, and reveal the numbers before reporters and the networks. And then your numbers happen to be lowballed and way lower than what the reporters are hearing. So Mike Coppinger with The Athletic, he always has drops and little insights and shit. So he got different numbers, and your numbers is way lower. But what about Shakur's fight this weekend? How about that? Where's the promotion for that? See, okay. Let's use my channel on YouTube. Shout out to my man Derek Kills. Derek be killing y'all. Great comments. Right, facts, Ego. He need to promote his fighters. That's what I'm saying. Imagine if I was getting on these lives. Rest in peace to Debo. Absolutely. Imagine if I was getting on my YouTube channel, like right now, on my live stream, and I was like, man, John Doe Boxing, he had a watch party, but he didn't really sell that. He wasn't really doing good views. Those were like, why would that be my concern? But then I'm doing the boxing. I'm doing my own thing. You see, every time I start something new, people copy it. I know y'all see it. I know y'all see everything I do. Motherfuckers copy BWP and all this, right? I'm worried about growing my empire, my brand, helping my family. Block Hey Paulette. That's it. I'm not worried about what other people are doing. So what if I was just getting on my YouTube channel and talking about the next YouTube channel and saying what they were or weren't doing? You know, especially in a negative light, like, oh man, they numbers ain't. What concern of mine is that? Shout out to Kyrie Simon, excuse me. Keep doing your thing, Ego. Love the Easy Work Wednesday. Thank you to my panel. They are great. But appreciate you on your comment too in the super chat. The money keep coming in. What concern is that of mine to be worried about what other people are doing on YouTube? Like, I can't, like, people, that's why I said, don't name drop nobody in my chat. I don't have no beef with nobody in my chat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what people do is what they do, and what I do is what I do. People are like, oh, so-and-so said this in the video. I didn't watch it. I don't know. I don't know what they said. I don't play, like, little high school kid games and stuff. I'm worried about what I'm saying and the information I have and, you know, talking to my audience. You know, do you ask Ellen DeGeneres about what Conan O'Brien is doing on the air? You know, Ellen DeGeneres, what Jimmy Fallon's doing? Like, they got their own shows. They got to just worry about that. Jimmy Fallon can't be, oh, but Ellen's show did this. Like, even if you were into that, wouldn't you do it behind the scenes? You know what I'm saying? So people who publicly constantly mention others and their alleged shortcomings, you got to wonder what's the basis for that? Like, when I'm talking and comparing Crawford's numbers with Errol Spence, that's because of Crawford. Crawford did this. Crawford is the one that said he the A side, and I don't need Errol Spence Jr. He said that. So that's why we're even if Crawford never said nothing, then we would just be talking about Crawford, Kell Brook, and, you know, what his next move is and stuff. Man, people are trying to make boxing this one big clout chase. We're not doing that over here. But for Bob Arum at Top Rank, Errol Spence, I enjoyed the fight. I don't know what numbers, you know, if the numbers are inflated or if they were higher or lower, but I enjoyed the fight. So I really don't care about anybody trying to slander you. How you gonna slander my experience? It's like if you go see a movie like The Avengers and you personally liked The Avengers, you thought the CGI was dope, the characters, everybody teaming up versus Thanos, then that's your opinion on the movie. But you see this propaganda media and old media playing these games, trying to dissuade and persuade, I guess, boxing fans and other media to hate on the other guys. It's just lame, bro. Look at my man Derek Kills. He said it was a good fight between two top welterweights. Enough said. That's what I'm saying. I enjoyed the fight. I enjoyed the event. I paid for it. I wasn't complaining. So why does Bob Arum care? Let me know. If it made $1 or $100 million, why do you care? That's not your event. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson is fighting this week, and it ain't getting that much coverage. Oh, you want me to prove it? Oh, don't. Y'all better listen. Y'all better chill. Y'all better chill before you get spilled. Archer Spilka. I'm telling you, I'm here to talk the facts. Y'all better chill before you get spilled. Bro. So, since Bob Arum, he in everyone's business, we got to look at your business too. ESPN's YouTube put up Shakur Stevenson, his press conference. Since Bob got to worry about everyone's business, then we got to look at his business too, if that's the game we playing, right? This morning, we got to look at everyone's business. Let's do it. Shakur Stevenson press conference was today, Top Rank. ESPN put it on their YouTube channel. Exhibit A. 8 hours ago. This got 4,000 views, bro. Shakur, listen. I don't know. It's kind of small, so I don't know how well y'all can see it. 4,200 views. Right? 4,200 views. But the kicker is this. That was 8 hours ago. ESPN's YouTube put up Shakur Stevenson, his press conference, Bob Arum's company, Bob Arum's event, and it got 4,000 views. Right? Your boy Ego put up a couple things today. Even things after that. I put out multiple videos this morning. And guess what? They all have more views than that. Listen, I ain't lying, y'all. Hold on. Y'all said I'm lying? Hold on. I did a video about Errol. Look, 5 hours ago. So they got a 3-hour head start. We talking numbers? Okay. They got a 3-hour head start. And my video with Errol got 17,000. I did Devin Haney Rowley. That got a light for it too. I did a video 4 hours ago. It got 4,600. You know, I did a Sean Porter video, 14. I did an Errol Spence video, 11. Bro. Now, the big difference is this. I got a modest 200,000 subs. ESPN, their YouTube, we gonna look at everybody's business. Told you. ESPN's YouTube, they got $7.5 million. Million subs. How are we doing similar views? Actually, not even similar. My shit is smoking days. And I did multiple videos. Come on, man. If we going to look at somebody's business, we got to look at the business all together. Listen. You're talking about Errol Spence flopping and putting out your own numbers. Shakur's fight is this week and is not getting promotion. And I'm putting out videos after his press conference that got better numbers than ESPN, and they have 7 million plus subscribers. And I don't have 1 million subscribers. But you worried about the next thing. It's looking shaky, bro. Keep in mind, ESPN is a company and big corporation with the team. I'm one person. I'm kicking out this content. That's why I say support independent media. You know what I mean? I'm not no big team with, writers and editor. I got to do everything. You see what I'm saying? So, again, now that we put that in perspective, like, bro, it's not good. It's not good to... You shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house. That's how that goes. And keep in mind, this is what I do daily. Like, you know what I'm saying? I put daily. I don't just put up one video, bro. Like what? Look, Crawford video got 46,000, 3, 15, 20,000, 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I really don't see how Top Rank and Arum so concerned with PBC. It looks weird. And then you putting out your own numbers, and then reporters, like, bro, Mike Coffinger is a reporter. It's his job to break stories and news. Bob Arum is not a reporter. Top Rank is not a reporter. So why is it your job to inform the world of another sinking ship if they numbers are horrible? That's why it makes it non-believable, bro. It makes it non-believable because why is it coming from you? Why are you telling us what the numbers are? Not actually like boxing reporters. He said, remember Nutty Professor? Now it's time for Reggie to talk about your mama. Yeah, man. I mean, Reggie, like, we want to know. It's a bad look. I just want to know why, like, what part of a company is it? Like, what part of your mission statement is it to let people know somebody else's failures every time? Eddie Hearn nonstop talking about Steven Espinoza, PBC, Showtime, Broner, Pacquiao, all fights that aren't his. But Joshua's fighting this week versus Pulev, and nobody's talking about it in America. I don't know, in the UK, maybe it's doing great. But in America, nobody's talking about it. You see what I'm saying? You see the problem with boxing? You see the problem? Shakur is a great fighter about to fight this weekend, and no one knows his opponent. And instead of selling us his fight that you scheduled, when he should really be fighting Oscar Valdez, but I predicted this, that he wasn't going to get that, and they weren't going to make that fight. So I was accurate. Ego Stradamus strikes again. Instead of that, you got time to comment on Spence and try to persuade the audience that Spence did horribly. Like, it's bad, bro. It's bad. And beyond that, you can't tell me how I felt about a fight. Like Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones card, that was cool. I don't care what a YouTuber or whoever, a boxing promoter or whoever is telling me. I didn't have a problem with the fight. So you could write all these. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, you're seeing it's a new era, digital mob. Most dangerous thing, a camera and a microphone. And you're seeing that because people are still trying to navigate by some old archaic rules or schemes or whatever you want to call them that used to work back in the day. And like now that type of stuff doesn't work anymore. It's a new breed. Like with social media, the internet, you can't tell me how to feel. I didn't have a problem with Mike Tyson. I spent $50 on that too. It was cool. You know, I was entertained. I wasn't like, man, damn, give my money back. Nate Robinson got torched. The Badu Jack fight was cracked. Mike Tyson, you know, it was nostalgic. Roy Jones. So all these little smear campaigns that we're seeing from boxing, what is it really doing? Shakur's card has some good talent in the undercards, and Bob not promoting Berlanga or Rodriguez. That's what I'm saying. That's now you feeling me. Shakur's a talent. Berlanga's a knockout artist. Elvis Rodriguez is a knockout artist. Why are you worried about PBC and Spence and how much money he did or didn't lose or win? You know, it's weird, bro. And it really makes me question like the real why you're even doing it. And we know why, because it's an agenda. It's an agenda. But as a real boxing fan, I would appreciate companies being professional, and you got a talented card of people, even if they're not the biggest fights, let us know why we should watch it. I don't need Top Rank to tell me about why PBC sucks and how much money Errol lost. Like, come on, bro. And to make that even more obvious is Bob Arum already said that Terrence Crawford is losing him money. So how you going to, it's like misery loves company. You know what I mean? Misery loves company. You've already admitted to the whole world Terrence Crawford is losing you money and you could have bought a nice expensive house in Beverly Hills. So now you're trying to hate and bring down the other ship. You know, it's like you're on the Titanic and it is shipping, and then the Errol Spence El Capitan ship is sailing by and you trying to steer it into the iceberg. You see what I'm saying? How is this good for boxing? Listen, that's a pretty good analogy. If you on a ship that's sinking like the Titanic, and then you're trying to, over the radio, steer this other ship into an iceberg so they crash too and sink too. Like what part of that is good for boxing? Yeah, I seen Verdeo versus that dude that gave Teofimo Nakatani the problems. But that's what I'm saying. Focus on that. It's your last card of the year, I'm assuming, for Top Rank in December. And you talking about Errol Spence. It's really weird. And we see this. It's not just Errol. It's Eddie Hearn does it too. He had this weak ass fight camp shit, but he talking about Showtime's launch. It's just weird behavior, bro. Why you care about Showtime so much? Steven Espinoza ain't complaining. Why you? They're trying to plant a seed in the fans' mind and create an uproar and get the fans mad or some old archaic little promoter games. That shit is a dub. We don't care about that. Listen, I don't give a fuck what no promoter says. I like Errol. I'm going to watch him. I like Crawford. I'm going to watch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who you get. I'm watching what I want to watch. It's that simple. I like Tank. I'm watching him. It's my money. Bob don't put no money in my account, like directly. So if I want to watch Tank, I'm going to watch Tank. I'm going to pay for it too. And you ain't going to do nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? But then they push these narratives that Tyson Fury is an American star. Like, come on, man. So Tyson Fury is an American star, but you comping out all his tickets, but you want me to believe Errol Spence ain't a star. It's backwards, bro. Everything I'm saying is true, and you know it, and I'm just upfront about it. You know the problems in boxing. Top Rank, ESPN, Bob Arum will look you in the eye and tell you Tyson Fury is an American star. Lomachenko, this motherfucker got punished. 6 rounds of nothingness. 8 rounds, 7 rounds of nothingness. They'll look you in the eye and tell you Lomachenko's an American star. A Ukrainian guy, he's an American star. But then in the same breath, they'll tell you Errol Spence ain't shit and he lost hella money. And like, come on, bro. I've been to Errol fights. Been to Loma fights. I've been to Errol like media days. I've been to Loma media days. And the Errol shit was more popping. I'm just keeping it real. I've been to Tank media days and fights and shit. His shit was more popping than anything I've seen with Lomachenko. I promise you that. I don't have no reason to lie. I'm telling you. You're not going to knock it off. Like you're not going to knock someone off by it. It's like people are trying to make it all political. Like Donald Trump or something, like some smear campaign against Joe Biden. And it's like people spending money and resources to make I hate Biden ads and shit. That don't work in boxing no more. Shout out to U.S. Marines stationed in Okinawa, Japan. Guzman. We got a vet here. Show love to Guzman. He out in Japan. Let's get it. Errol is a star, bro. It's just what it is. Yeah, I see people hating on Errol, saying he did horrible numbers. Like, okay, answer this. I'm about to body y'all. This is easy. This is easy. Answer this question. Let me get some water real quick. I got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all. When y'all ready for this question, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? And I'll prove that this is an agenda. And it's against a black advisor named Al Heyman, an African-American advisor, and black fighters primarily, like Errol Spence Jr. And I'll prove it. Right? All right, check it. So Bob Arum's fights, Top Rank, has been in the bubble, correct? Bob Arum, his fights have been in the bubble. Only you're there on a need to be there basis. Family, close friends, and technical staff, and commentators and stuff, right? So people have this agenda and this smear campaign trying to make it look like Errol doing 250,000 plus 300,000 is bad. Oh, these are horrible numbers. It's $75 a pop. It's $75 times that number. Bob Arum, first of all, he's coming out with his own set of numbers like he always does. He said it did 150,000, right? So even using that, let's say it did 150,000. Let's say these numbers are a lie and it did 150K. That's 150K times 75. So that would be over $11 million. Meanwhile, Top Rank, they are fighting in the bubble, right? With no crowd. So your live gate is zero. Your live gate is zero. So how are you going, bro? How can you make fun of somebody that has any sort of live gate in a pandemic and you have no live gate? Do you see how stupid that sounds? Whether Errol did 50,000 at $75, 100, 150, 300,000, whatever. They got $75 out of X amount of people. Right? So that means they got 11 million to 20 million, depending on if we're using Bob's lowball numbers or the numbers that actually were reported. Once again, if I'm walking down the street and Errol Spence passes by me and he got a Chrysler 300, brand new, and I'm like, look at that weak ass car, ha 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 ha, but I'm walking. So Errol Spence drives past me in a Chrysler 300 and I laugh and make a mockery of his car as it drives by me and I'm walking. Once again, he got a Chrysler 300, and because I don't think that's a flashy enough car, I'm laughing at him driving by me in a Chrysler 300. Meanwhile, I look like Leonidas in 300 and I'm walking in sandals. So he got a Chrysler 300 and I'm Leonidas in 300 walking down the street with sandals. This is Sparta. Like, bro, you have sandals on. You look like a 300 Spartan warrior and you're making fun of someone who drives by in a brand new Chrysler 300. What the fuck is wrong with this picture? What the fuck is up with this clusterfuck of busters? A bunch of Buster Douglases. Please let me know what's wrong with that picture. Errol drives by in a 300 Chrysler. To me, that's not a cool enough car, but I'm walking and I'm dressed in sandals like a 300 Spartan. You have no place to even make fun of anybody if you were walking. That's the reality. I'm not reinventing the wheel. You can't make fun of anybody that's in a whip. It don't matter if they had an old Volkswagen Beetle with the paint coming off. You're walking. You lose. You lose. You're walking. It's over. What part of, bro, you guys are some of y'all, like, it doesn't even make sense. how they want to hate. You know what I mean? You can never make fun of me. It don't matter what car I'm in when you don't have one. How you make fun of me? But you're walking. You guys see that? You're walking. I win. Game over. You're walking. You're on the bus. This motherfucker sitting next to you smell like salami, and you making fun of me? I got the new car, fresh scent in. It don't matter what I'm driving. I could be in a Ford Focus. God damn it. I could be a Hyundai. Bro, if I'm in a Hyundai, how you making fun of me? You walking. It's the dead of summer, 105 degrees out, and you making fun of me because I drive by you in a Hyundai. Nah, look at your Hyundai. All right, it's 105 degrees in Las Vegas, and I'm driving by you in a Hyundai. 105 degrees, you walking outside. It's so hot, you finna die. I'm in a Hyundai, and it's hot, and you finna die. How about that? Listen, we're on the Vegas Strip. I drive by in a Hyundai. And you're like, look at him in a Hyundai. But it's 105 degrees out in Vegas, and you're walking. I'm in a Hyundai. It's so hot, you're finna die. As you walk, I'd rather be the person with the AC in the brand new car, whatever that car is. I'm in a Hyundai, and it's so hot, you finna die because you're walking. And it's 2-3 miles up to get to the hotel that you're trying to get to. And you wheeling luggage and shit. It's no comparison, bro. So that's the thing. I heard that. I didn't hear the no stars part, but I heard that he said he couldn't do Teofimo Lomachenko on pay-per-view. I heard that part. I didn't hear the no stars aspect of it. Bro, that Ari's trying to have me body y'all some more. Ari wants to see y'all body. Ari wants me to body y'all. Listen, I need y'all to get the likes up, bro. Please. Just get the likes up. Hey, Ari, where was that? Where was that? I seen it earlier. I forgot where I seen it though. Where it said Teofimo, they didn't approve that to be on. They didn't approve it to be on pay-per-view. Where did you see that? Because I'll try to play it for y'all. Yeah, I gotta find that post. I seen it. Someone sent it to me. Hackman said Al Heyman is the black man they can't touch, and it makes him so mad. Bro, you can't, if you walking, you can't make fun of, if Errol, no matter what, and see, this is the thing. This is how you know it's sour grapes. I'm giving y'all all the gems. This is how you know it's sour grapes. This is how you know it's sour grapes. Errol Spence is not your problem at all. He's not your fighter. They tried to sign him. Top Rank tried to sign him. He's not your fighter. So why do you care what his numbers are? You should care about Crawford's next move. Like, it's just projection. Bob Arum just did an interview with The Athletic, and he said Crawford can't come back until like March through May. April, May, something like that. Because he said, I can't bring him back during this pandemic because it don't make no sense. But PBC's not complaining about that. Listen, the proof is in the pudding. I'm giving you guys all the keys, and you got to unlock them and listen and study the signs, study why I be mad, and then tell me if it makes sense. Bob Arum did an interview a couple days ago with The Athletic. He says he can't bring Crawford back until April or May because of the pandemic. But PBC's putting on both Charlos on the same card on pay-per-view and putting Errol Spence, Danny Garcia on pay-per-view and Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view, and they're not complaining about it. Errol Spence, in fact, he just said that he's going to try to fight 3 times next year. That's out his own mouth. So Bob Arum is telling you Crawford can't sell. He's not a good promoter, a self-promoter, and he can't bring him back until the spring, hopefully when the Rona calms down. But PBC is getting talked about by Oscar De La Hoya, old media, Bob Arum, the haters, etc. But PBC is not telling you, oh, we can't bring these guys back. So if they're incurring loss, if they're up, if they down, they just making it do what it do. And that's the truth. Caleb Plant just posted the other day that he coming back, that he's in training camp. So obviously he has a date or something. Errol Spence said he's going to try to fight 3 times next year. He's not complaining about when he can come back. These are the facts, people. Oh, Kane is killing y'all. I like that. Let Kane get some of this. Kane said he want a piece too. Kane said Bob is actively telling people that nobody's watching Errol while simultaneously telling people to watch Errol versus Bud. Oh. Man, because he getting starved. He don't have nothing for Crawford. He's tired of paying Crawford whatever he's paying him, because top ranked fighters in general don't get that type of pay unless they're in bigger fights. But he owes it to Crawford, or they have this deal. See, Bob, listen, I'm going to tell you what this is. Bob Arum is upset because he has no welterweights. He can't string this out. Like, we'll take this to the dope game, right? If you get some raw and you start cutting in some different cutting agents, right? You can basically lessen the effectiveness of the dope, right? Or you got to put like horse and elephant tranquilizer like fentanyl in it, and then it could be too powerful where it's just killing people, right? So you don't want to sell, just cut it up and shit. So that's why people mix it with the baking soda and shit. That's why it's been stepped on, and that so they can stretch it. Top Rank, they stretch the dope normally. Listen, we doing drug bars. Normally, Top Rank, they're not gonna just give you the raw dope. They're gonna mix it with something. They're gonna cut in some baking soda, fentanyl, whatever, right? They're gonna cut it so they can stretch their profits. But in the case of Terrence Crawford, he's a dope fighter. He's already went through everyone he can fight, so you can't stretch it out. There's nothing to cut in with it. There's no one compelling that you have at 47 that people need to see, and people are growing tired of seeing Crawford fight similar competition. You make hella profit with fentanyl. Yeah, because it's hardcore. It's a synthetic stronger than morphine. Bay Area gang, Cali kid. Facts. So that's the issue. Crawford is dope, and he's the cut of dope, and Bob Arum don't want to just put out that raw. So what he's trying to do is normally what he would do is if he had some more chess pieces, he would make all those fights. But he don't really have in-house fights, and Bud is costly for top rank standards. Bud is getting more. There's not many guys making more money than Bud, except for maybe Lomachenko making maybe around the same thing, and Tyson Fury. And that's it. So Bob is upset because he's paying this guy and he don't have nothing to sell to stretch his profit. So you're basically, basically Bob is forced to work on the same kind of weird, wacky, wonky pay scale that DAZN did when they first came out. You're overpaying fighters, and then the fights aren't good enough to recoup and re-up the amount of money that it takes. That you're like Mikey Garcia versus Jesse Vargas, you are never going to re-up the profit for a fight like that, and you're paying him $7 million because that's too much for that type of fight. If Mikey fought Pacquiao or something, okay, that's different. But Mikey versus Jesse Vargas at that space of time, you're pretty much overpaying Mikey. Triple G Steve Rolls, even better example. Oh, hey, no guys, hey Max, you know, DAZN, they paying too much. You paying $15 million for some weak ass Steve Rolls fight that nobody cares about. So that's what Bob Arum is mad at, because Bob's a better businessman than DAZN. So he knows he's losing. That's why he came out and finally said it, because he knows Crawford might end up leaving the PBC. So that's why he spilled the beans, because now he's just at his breaking point. He's at his wits end, and he's been losing money because he doesn't have the compelling matches. But this is partly Bob's fault. I can explain. He said Arum sabotaging Bud's career. Hey, but I can't. Bud is sabotaging Bud's career, to be honest. We can't just blame it on Arum. Arum's a businessman. Bud is the one that gotta understand where he's at too. So we can't just say Arum. Arum's gonna, bro. I don't even want to get into the whole fable, but let me try to give you a quick condensed version. Get the fucking likes up. Let's get the likes up. There's an old fable. Man driving down the street, middle of the road, sees a snake. It got hit by a car. Snake is wounded. The man's like, oh man, let me get this out the middle of the road. Takes the snake back home. Puts it in his truck, takes the snake back home. Nurses the snake back to health. Right? A year later, the snake is fully healed, and, you know, he's been living with this man. The man's been buying him, you know, food to eat, rats or whatever, feeding him. And one day the man goes in to the snake cage and he goes to feed him. It's a venomous snake. And the snake, instead of the food, the snake bites the man. Bow, venom. Injects his venom. And as the man's dying, he looks at the snake like, I saved your life. What are you doing? Why would you do this to me? You're killing me. I'm dying. And the snake looks at the man and says, you knew I was a snake when you found me. Think about that. Think about that fable. The man nursed the snake back to health. Took care of him for a year straight. One day the snake just off and bites him. Injects venom in him. As he lied dying, he looked at the snake. What are you doing? Why would you do this? I saved your life. The snake says, you knew I was a snake when you met me. That's the moral. So, I mean, fighters have already said their gripes and what worked for them. Mayweather, Andy Ruiz, De La Hoya, you know, that's Bud's fault. So it's his fault too. Bud got to manage his whole career. You can't worry about. So you calling Bob a snake? I told a fable, take it how you want. Bob's gonna do what Bob's gonna do. We're gonna say that. Bob will be Bob. So if you ain't gamed up, that's your fucking fault. Any other questions? Listen. I'm about to cook y'all again. This shit easy work. Watch while I cook y'all.
Taking them to pay.
Y'all listening?
Their fights on ESPN.
Y'all can't hear me. Can y'all hear that? Could y'all hear that? Could y'all hear that voice? Huh? Y'all hear that? All right, listen.
Fights on ESPN, rather than taking them to pay-per-view, will continue to be something that I'm sure he's going to be banging the drum on.
Well, to be fair, Bob Arum did try to place Lomachenko Lopez on ESPN pay-per-view from what I'm told, and ESPN said no.
Good.
ESPN pay-per-view from what I'm told, Lomachenko Lopez on... Well, to be fair, Bob Arum did try to place Lomachenko Lopez on ESPN pay-per-view from what I'm told, and ESPN said no.
Good.
But Bob can spin it any way he wants.
Oh my God. Lance Pugmire, Mike Coppinger. Y'all heard that? He said Bob tried to put Lomachenko and Teofimo on ESPN pay-per-view. So remember how everybody was giving credit? Oh, Top Rank, they're so much better than PBC. They got it right. They put this on for free. They really care about the fans. According to Mike Coppinger and his sources, he just told you. I just told you who I thought I was. A god. He just told you. Bob Arum tried to put Teofimo Lomachenko on pay-per-view, but ESPN was like, man, hell nah. That ain't a big enough pay-per-view fight. Or whatever they rejected it for. So, all these motherfuckers talking about, oh, pay-per-view's dead. You don't have anyone to put on pay-per-view. That's why all these other motherfuckers outside of PBC and boxing keep saying pay-per-view is dead. Because you have no pay-per-view stars right now. And even if you did have someone that was close to being pay-per-view, you have no one to put them in that equally drives a pay-per-view. Oh my gosh, bro. Now I'm catching these bodies, bro. I'm deuced up. I got the deuce what? I'm like Jay-Z with 22 twos. Yeah, look. I said, put your deuces up. I'm deuce up. I got the 2 twos up. Bars, let's get it. He just told you. He just said, according to his sources, they tried to put it on pay-per-view. ESPN said, nah. ESPN did like Puff Daddy. They said, Bob, I want to put Lomachenko and Teofimo. And then ESPN came in like P. Diddy. Now, in Mace, take that. They hit him with that. They said, nah. Now come all you want to, and all the simple tricks. Move, coup to left, straight out the tenement. Drop the joint with Puff that just finished it. What it did more without censorship. Talk to many chicks. I love when the hoes say they want a skinny dip. Bro, ESPN came in doing the Diddy bop. They came in doing the Diddy bop. Said, I want Lomachenko and Teofimo on pay-per-view. And then the ESPN exec came in like Diddy. Come on. They came in like Diddy and Mace. Take that. Bad boy. Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks. Bro, he came in like Diddy. Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks. They said, nah, hell nah. ESPN said, hell nah. They ain't putting that on no pay-per-view. We ain't gonna sell nothing on no pay-per-view. But let Bob tell it. Lomachenko to Muhammad Ali. He ain't no motherfucking Muhammad Ali. He ain't even Tatiana Ali from Fresh Prince. He ain't even Ashley Banks. But Bob will spin it like, Lomachenko, he's like the great Muhammad Ali. He ain't like no motherfucking Muhammad. He ain't Muhammad all nothing. He Tatiana Ali. Bro, stop it. He Ali Baba. He Ali G before he Muhammad Ali. God damn it. He Mohammed from the local corner store, bro. There ain't no motherfucking Muhammad Ali. There ain't nothing Lomachenko do that's reminiscent of Muhammad Ali. Derek Gibson, what's up? Shmoney gang. Muhammad Ali could sell tickets. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Notice how black fighters oftentimes don't get credit in the real time, but then after you know, everybody gets compared to some of these same guys that got no credit. Like Floyd Mayweather in his career, people, oh, I hate this guy. I'm paying to see him lose. But then after he's semi-retired or whatever, now it's oh, this guy's the next Mayweather. This guy's a genius businessman like Mayweather. Now it's fashionable to compare it to him. Man, come on. But you don't give Floyd credit when he's actually fighting. But then after he's retired, you know, you compare people. Oh, this guy fights like Andre Ward, like Floyd. All right. So that's the real issue. And that's why Terrence Crawford team keep reaching out, trying to get the Errol Spence fight. Listen, Crawford's resume is, the more I'm thinking about what he's saying, I need to see the Porter fight first. Show me that I even need to see Errol. Show me Keith Thurman or Porter before I even get to Errol and Crawford. And if you do what I'm saying, Ari, I got a video on that. If you do what I'm saying, it'll only build the Errol Crawford fight. That's it. Listen to what I just said. If you do it, bro, I'm the king of boxing. If you do it my way, tell me this don't make sense. Errol can fight whoever the hell he wants because he's been doing heavy lifting and fighting tough fights. Right? And he got in a car accident and came back to a Denny. So he could come back and take whatever, a tune-up style fight, you guys, Lipinet, whoever, you know, Castillo Clayton, somebody like that. Right? Cool. Let Errol do that and get one off. Let Crawford fight Keith Thurman or Sean Porter, and then if he gets past him, then that's only going to hype up the Errol Spence fight, period. And then now we could say there's a credible guy. Okay, so Kell Brook got knocked the fuck out in 4 rounds by Terrence Crawford. Knock Keith out in 4 rounds. Make easy work of him. Collect your check, which will be a good check because it's a fight I would love to see. Knock Porter out in 4 rounds. Collect your check. And then now you've only made the Errol fight greater. Why not do that? Why is it all systems go only on the cash out fights with Pacquiao or Errol Spence? Meanwhile, Pacquiao is 42 years old fighting tougher competition than Crawford. Pacquiao fought undefeated Keith Thurman, and before that, Broner. Crawford, his last 3 fights, Amir Khan. After Canelo torched him. 2 fights removed from that. Mean Machine, coming off the Ray Robinson performance where he looked bad, and I thought Ray Robinson truly beat him. Go watch the fight. and Kell Brook, who had to make that weight in 3 years. So he could have been weight drained, all types of shit. Eyes fucked up. The fact that Bob Arum and Crawford are trying to skip and just go straight to the big bag fight when they haven't done the same work is highly questionable. It really is. Yeah, get the likes up, please. It's highly questionable. And now I'm at the point where I'm firm. I don't even want to see Errol Spence Crawford unless I get to see one of those two fights, period. If I don't get to see Crawford versus Porter or Crawford versus Keith Thurman, I would say Danny, but he just lost bad. So I don't even know if he's going to be the same fighter. So if I don't see Keith Thurman and Crawford or Porter and Crawford, then I'm not even interested in the Spence because you're not finna play that. You're not finna play that game. Pacquiao is 41 years old probably when he fought Keith Thurman. He's a 41-year-old man, left top rank, and he fought Keith Thurman. Crawford ain't fought nobody like Keith Thurman. Career-wise, let alone welterweight-wise. Name one person Crawford fought in his whole career that could fuck with Keith Thurman. Except for, I'm not talking about Crawford himself. I'm saying an opponent. Name somebody in his whole fucking career that would beat Keith Thurman. That you would honestly bet a big bag against Keith Thurman. One person. Victor Postal? Gamboa? Name one person that could fuck with Keith. Name one person. Thierry Jean? Delorme just lost to Jamal James. Delorme, he gonna beat him? He lost to Abreu by stoppage. Saddam Ali. Who? If Thomas Delorme, that's my dude. Shout out to him. But if Thomas Delorme can't beat Jamal James, he not beating Keith at this point, in my opinion. Pacquiao fought the fucking undefeated Keith. So if Errol and Pacquiao want to do whatever the fuck they want to do next, I'm with that because they just took a tough fight. Not every tough fight or not every fight back to back needs to be tough because that's not even realistic. But Crawford, what fight has he had that was tough with the reasonable name? Like, yeah, the Mean Machine fight was kind of tough, but that wasn't a guy that was even supposed to be tough in the eyes of many. We all knew Pacquiao Thurman was going to be a tough fight for both. We knew Broner Maidana was going to be a tough fight. We knew Floyd and Canelo should have been a tough fight, right? We knew Mosley and Floyd, Cotto and Floyd, De La Hoya and Floyd, Ricky Hatton and Floyd, Juan Manuel Marquez and Floyd. Those are all supposed to be tough fights for Floyd on paper. Thurman and Crawford, that is on paper a tough fight. Porter and Crawford on paper is a tough fight. So Crawford is making this so much harder than it needs to be. He's acting like, oh, I just won't get no credit till I retire. No, bro. No, brother. You don't have to retire to get credit. I'll give you credit now if you beat Porter, beat Keith Thurman, one of the other or both, and then fight Errol, and then, you beat him. You, of course, get credit off that. Bro, I'm really starting to question it. The business, like the more Crawford's team refuses to do these things, the more I'm questioning it. Because why should it be like pulling teeth to see these type of fights? Like, so Mean Machine was your mandatory. You fought him, no problem. I'm starting to question you. I don't give a fuck. I don't know who you are. He said, I'm starting to question you. I don't care. Who are you? Yeah, Blocker. He said he's starting to question me. I don't give a fuck. Mean Machine was Crawford's mandatory. You notice how they say stuff about me, but they never explain it. Okay, listen. Listen. I'll do a hot seat right now. Be real. Who's a better fighter and accomplished more? Keith Thurman or Mean Machine? Be real. This is the truth game. All you got to do is tell the truth and you won't get blocked. Who is a better fighter that has accomplished more? Let's not complicate this. Who is, in your mind, who is a better fighter that has accomplished more? Mean Machine or Keith Thurman? The truth game. All you have to do is say the God honest truth. It does need to be a question because I want to see who's not going to tell the truth. So it does. He said, I still don't even know who Green Machine is. That's what I'm saying. So everybody's saying no question or they're saying Keith. So then why is it so hard to understand what I'm saying when you know what I'm saying? I feel like Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm talking about. To this day, like you know what I'm talking about. Yo, people too. You know what I'm talking about. You know Keith Thurman is a better fighter than Mean Machine that has accomplished more. Stop playing. And Crawford, I guess I'll never get credit. Fight Keith Thurman and you'll get credit. It's that simple. Fight Sean Porter, who I highly rate as a welterweight, and you'll get okay. Sean Porter barely lost to Kell Brook. It was like a split decision, majority decision, 1-2, right? In 2014. In 2020, based on what you had recently seen from Kell and a 2019 stellar performance against Errol Spence, even in a loss, right? Who would you have favored to win? If just conventional wisdom, Sean Porter lost to Kell Brook in 2014. 6 years later, and he barely lost. He lost like close, split decision, majority decision. Thank you. So he lost to MD in 2014. Close loss. 6 years later, he just looked great versus Errol Spence Jr. in 2019. So if 3 weeks ago, let's say Sean Porter never fought Formella and Kell Brook came, who would you favor to win? Sean Porter or Kell Brook in 2020? Answer that. Duke, $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Ego Fraudford. Oh, you said, hold on. Crawford. Y'all with these names, bro. Y'all be fucking me up with these names. Crawford is intentionally not fighting people that matter. LOL. Man, Sean fuck around and beat Kell Brook's ass in 2020. He barely lost the first. You know what I'm saying? It was a close fight 6 years ago. And Sean looked good versus Errol Spence. Kell Brook looked like shit in recent memory versus Zarafa. And he would have had to cut weight and he would have had Sean on his ass. All in his chest. You know how to get credit. Bro, Terrence Crawford is reminding me of those teachers. You ever see a teacher in class and I used to get this because I was kind of a class clown, but I was smart. So teachers, sometimes some teachers would be mad because I was witty and I was punchy, but I was also smart, like academic smart. So they knew I was a class clown, but they knew I was academic smart too. So I kind of had that best of both worlds thing going. And teachers would resent that. So I was kind of a smart ass in class. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Right? So my point is this. You ever see those teachers? She was like, oh, anybody have the answer to question 2 on the board? And I'm raising my hand like me, pick me. And the teacher don't want to pick me because she don't want me to, she knows I might got the right answer and shit. You know what I'm saying? So she don't want to pick me. No one else is volunteering in the whole class. And she's like, anybody? Does anybody want to answer today's question? Question 2 on the board? And I'm like, yeah, pick me. And I'm the only one volunteering to do it in the class. Nobody else wants to answer the question. Why would you not pick me? Do you guys get the analogy? Nobody else is volunteering in the class or has the answer. And you just don't want me to get the opportunity. Anybody have the, and you're doing all this and I'm raising my hand saying me. I'll answer this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, pick me, motherfucker. Pick me. I got you. I got your answer. Hey, Miss Lady bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got your answer. Come on. Like, and is she acting like nobody has the answer? What you talking about? Nobody. I'm right here waving my hands, begging for you to pick me. That's Terrence Crawford. He's one of them teachers. You know what I'm saying? One of them teachers that he acted like nobody's in the class ready to answer the question. And nobody has the answer. And then Sean Porter's like, I got the answer. Pick me. Hey. You know when you had your hand up so long, kids be doing hella extra holding their hand up. Motherfucker hold their hand up because they held it. Like their hand was hella tired and shit. Like, pick me, motherfucker. Keith Thurman, like, pick me. Crawford, like, oh, I'm the boogeyman. Nobody got the answer. What? Sean Porter keeps saying, pick me. Oh, I guess there's no good big fights for me. I guess I got to go to 135. What? Where did you get that? Sean Porter, like, hey, that's my friend, but, you know, we could be friends after. Pick me. Something's up, bro. Something's up. And the more they do this behavior, the more I'm questioning everything I've ever felt and thought. Bro, there's great fight. Why does it have to be Errol or Pacquiao? But I'm telling you, I would pay money for Keith Thurman and Crawford. Or Sean Porter and Crawford. Why does it have to be only 2 fights that you want? That I'm telling you that behavior looks real weird. Errol Spence got in a car accident and fought tougher competition than you. Pacquiao is 41 and fought competition tougher than you. Man, something's weird about this. Whoever you want to blame or whatever, it's weird. Pacquiao is 41 fighting Keith Thurman and had his shit leaking. Spence flew through a car and fought tougher competition than you. Something's weird. Crawford, to what we know, is 100% healthy, and he been smoking dudes. And none of these other fights are allegedly up his alley or good, but 2 motherfuckers that he want to be the A side over. But the way he's been branded and the way his business has played out, he's not the A side over. Something's wrong with this. Like, can you imagine if, let's say Andre Ward wanted to fight Adonis Stevenson, and Adonis Stevenson, you know, wasn't available. He was such a big cash cow. And then Kovalev's like, pick me, I'll fight you. I got belts too. I'm a good person. I'm a good champion. And then Andre Ward's like, oh man, I ain't got nobody to fight at light heavyweight. Like, I get that you want to fight Adonis Stevenson, but Kovalev's looking you in the eye and saying he want to fight you. You got to take that fight. You see what I'm saying? Bro, how does Crawford feel he has this entitlement or this luxury to pick who he wants? Who have you beat at welterweight to pick, who pick people out the crowd? Who would you beat? Everybody is, man, come on. Everybody is outworking you with their resume. So okay. Oh my gosh. Everybody is outworking you at welterweight with your resume. Right? How do you put in the least amount of work in relation to the other top welterweights, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny, and Errol, and Pacquiao? Right? So out of 5 people, your resume is the worst. Right? And you think you have the most VIP access. Something is weird, bro. Errol's putting name one outside of the actual fight, because that's all speculative and the business got to make sense for you to get to the fight. Name one thing that Crawford has done that is superior to Errol at welterweight. Adrian killing y'all. He said, you know it's bad when Jose Cito Lopez is outworking, but he is. He fought and hurt Keith Thurman. He got Canelo on his resume. He fought Victor Ortiz. He fought some real ones. Okay. Bro, Crawford, he doesn't, if you, like, we used to back in school, back in the day, like elementary school, we used to get a piece of lined paper and fold it in half. And we say, fold your paper hot dog style. And my teacher used to that's what they used to call it, hot dog style. Fold this piece of paper hot dog style. So you fold it in half, right? Horizontal, fold it in half, right? Then on one column, she used to have us like write pros. The other column, cons, right? Or different ways to compare. So in one column, you write this, and this column, you write the opposite. So if you did this, fold your paper hot dog style, one column is Errol Spence on the left side. The right column is Terrence Crawford. If you go down every metric, Errol Spence has beaten Crawford in terms of A-sideness. Every metric. Who has more belts? That would be the left column. Errol Spence has more belts. He has 2, 3, because the WBC had like 2 belts or some shit. You know, but he got 2 belts. Crawford got 1. Who fought a harder person to get their belts? Errol Spence fought Kell Brook in his backyard and Sean Porter to get the other belt. Terrence Crawford fought a motherfucker that I didn't even think beat Pacquiao. So, more belts, Errol. Who fought harder competition to get the belts? Errol. Who puts more asses in the seats historically? Errol. So the crowd attendance, Errol. Who's done bigger pay-per-view numbers? Errol. Who's done liver gates? Errol. Who gets better promotion? Errol. Errol has on regular TV, he has the Bundu fight that did 6 million plus. Errol. There's no Crawford fight in existence that has more views on free TV than that. The Bundu fight has 6 million fucking views. So it's Errol. More belts, higher gates, more crowd participation, audience attention, way better pay-per-view numbers. Brand wise, like, I mean, merch, Errol's merch look raw. I'm just being real, bro. Errol's merchandise look fresh. Like his t-shirt. Like what category is Crawford winning? Your resume, Errol. What category is he winning, bro? Yeah, that's what he said. Better competition, same shit. Resume. What competition? Love from your own promoter, Errol. Probably more TV appearances and shit. Errol just did Sway in the Morning before his last fight. Errol. I don't even know. Crawford Brook, I don't even know if they promoted that. I'm done, bro. He said Crawford he got more guns. But we don't know that. Errol's from Texas. That's an open carry state. Errol might be strapped up. So I don't even know that. I don't even know if Crawford wins that. Bro, Errol lives in a place that's open carry. They can have guns at Walmart and shit. So Errol, you know what I'm saying? Errol might be strapped the fuck up on his Rambo shit. I don't know. So I don't know who wins that one. He said Errol has his own ranch or farm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might be real extra strapped being in the boondies. He said most delusional Bud. He said Bud got more kids. Nah, I'm talking about boxing shit. Y'all tripping. He said Bud got more kids. Nah, I'm talking about all boxing shit. Bro, okay, here's another good one. More options. Errol, bro. Errol. It's all Errol. Who got more options? Who got more reasonable options? Errol. And the only people mad at this are people who aren't being realistic. That's it. That's the only people who are getting mad at this. They're like, oh, you're Errol. You're riding Errol. No, I'm telling you the facts. I can't help if you don't like facts. That's your fucking fault. Less contradictions. Errol. Get love from more celebrities. Errol. It's all Errol, bro. I see more celebrities reacting to Errol's fights. Errol. I'm not saying no celebrities react to Terrence Crawford, but I'm just saying my personal take on that. It's every category he's winning in terms of anything that would remotely make you A-side. And tell me what category Crawford's winning. That's all I need to know. Bud is more buck broken than Errol. Stop. I'm talking about pro shit that would make you an A-side. Like I said, I'm a very reasonable person. If you had a reasonable argument, I'm definitely down to hear it. But I ain't heard nobody's making no reasonable argument. They just say, "Oh, who cares? So what? Let's just see the fight." No. He said Errol has a higher KO percentage. See, y'all going crazy. More, man. Errol got more more crowd. But, bro, wait. I'm about to crack into the Reese's. Who got more Reese's? Errol. Errol. Bro, who got more Reese's peanut butter cups at their crib? Errol. Stop playing with me, bro. Man, there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's looking at it, bro. I'm about to murk this joint. Who got more whips? Errol. From what I've seen. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but from what I've seen, Errol got more whips. And that's just a bonus one. I don't really care about that. But from what I've seen, Errol got more whips. Bro, you can't win this. Look. See? I told y'all can run from the truth or just admit it. Errol Spence shows he is a terrific fighter and a big draw. Forbes list. You see this? This is last year after the Mikey fight. Look. Mikey Garcia fight. Mikey Garcia fight had 47,525 fans. Crawford has never done that at any of his fights. I don't even know what the capacity is at Omaha. But it's probably not as big as Jerry's World. Bro, the man did 40. He's on the Forbes list, and they said he's a big draw. The Forbes magazine.com and shit said this. Look. This is not my opinion. This is Forbes. They saying this. Errol's a big draw. He's a terrific fighter. The only people mad at this are the people running from the truth. Errol just did in a pandemic more than Crawford's ever done in a pandemic. 16,102 for the Danny Garcia fight. Terrence Crawford did 8,112 versus Jeff Horn. Again, what category does Crawford win? I'm just being real. And again, most of this stuff in real time wouldn't matter if Crawford wasn't taking the standpoints that he was taking. If Crawford wasn't saying all this kookamani, I'm the A side, then Kane trying to have me violate. He said, Ego, look at your Boxing Ego watch party numbers and compare the two. Nah, I already know the Errol. Bro, I could tell by the amount of money I made on the Errol Spence one. Way more than the Crawford one. That's just the reality. Who got less promoters? Errol. Bud Crawford, I think he got more hands in his pocket. Bob Arum take a cut. Bo Mack is his trainer and manager, take a cut. I think he has one or two other trainers from Omaha. I think he has 2 or 3 trainers. And Bud Crawford, if I'm not mistaken, his initial promoter before Top Rank, he still has to pay them. I don't know if it's still going on, but I heard he still had to pay them. So he definitely got more hands in it running through his pockets. All right, I'm being real. But see, people don't know this. Bud Crawford got like 3 trainers. He got this Mexican dude, another black dude, Bo Mack, who's a manager and trainer, and then Bob Arum, and then I think his first promoter, I think he had some kind of like reparations. I don't know what the fuck this shit's called, but he had to still pay his first promoter because Top Rank stole him. And then I think they got sued or some shit. Look it up. Look it up, bro. Nah, y'all being disrespectful. Please cut that out. Listen, that's not what this is about. Nah, come on. Like, y'all gonna start getting blocked. Don't disrespect. Y'all talking about people's family and shit. Nah, that's not. I'm not. This ain't no floodgate. This ain't even that. Nah, fuck all that. Y'all doing too much. Like, stop. I'm not talking about, like, I ain't talking about nobody's family and all that shit. Don't do that, because that don't have nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So that don't need to be ever misconstrued. Next person that say something about anybody's family is getting blocked. Put it that way, because that's disrespectful. I don't see. I'm not me. I can't speak for what y'all doing. I'm not out here disrespect. I'm just saying, when it comes to the business, you're not the A side. Y'all trying to be disrespectful to his family and shit. That's foul. I ain't doing all that. I'm just talking about the boxing shit. So anyway, yeah, man, it's just, he's a great fighter, but his business is not, in my opinion, all the way up to par. Put it this way, he's a better fighter than a businessman. Bro, Bud's team is looking bad. They looking bad, bro. Here, I'm about to give you all an example. So this is Bob Arum. Y'all see that? It says Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. The number in excess of 250,000 didn't match what Bob Arum has discerned from speaking to his sources within the industry. Arum went on record here speaking about how he perceives consumers reacted to Spence Garcia pay-per-view. The story posted after a Wednesday chat with the promoter from his residence in California. This is Bob Arum, y'all. Smash the like button. This is Bob Arum talking about Danny Garcia, Errol Spence. Which we don't. Why do we need you to say anything? Bob Arum says, I heard the satellite and dish numbers were minuscule, Arum told me, of Spence Garcia production, which was put together and distributed by Fox in concert with PBC. Cable really underperformed, way lower than they thought it would. They were hoping to do 300,000 buys. In actuality, Arum heard by word of mouth from his sources cultivated from 6 decades in the game that maybe 125,000 buys were activated. And then they followed up with Bob Arum. Arum's perception hadn't shifted, he told me. We know approximately they'll be lucky to get 120,000, he told me. We've just gotten to the point where the numbers being used are not realistic. They do not reflect reality. Remember, this is the Trump era. People are willing to say anything and people will believe it. But to be so off is crazy, he said of the Coppinger number. The Athletic has the Donald Trump of sports reporters. So now he's bashing the reporters who put that information out. I mean, come on, bro. First of all, okay, so why should we trust Bob Arum, who has reason to hate on the competition? I mean, bro, Crawford's team is in ruins. I'm going to just say it like that. This is just all a bad look. Look, Errol just put this. I'm more motivated by the hate. That's how I feel. Bro, this is a bad take. This is a bad look. Okay. Look at Errol. Errol said, I'm more motivated by the hate. Look, this is why it's a bad take. This is why it's a bad take. If PBC is doing as bad as you're saying and losing so much money, why are you guys the only ones complaining about money and pandemics and, oh, I can't bring Crawford back during the pandemic? It makes no sense. Explain that. Explain how that makes sense. PBC is doing horrific and the numbers don't reflect any type of reality. The numbers came out and you reject them, and based on some people that told you some rumors, like they have all the access to it, whatever. No, you can't name your sources, so we don't even know who the fuck told you this information. We don't know what it entails or if you got a portion of the numbers or digital and PlayStation 5 number. We don't know anything, right? Why would you care? Why would you care, bro? Bro, I'm telling you, this is a bad look. And the more Bob Arum tries these little plays and shit, the worse it's gonna get. Cause all that old media shit is done for. So you want us to not trust the reporters who said the numbers, but we got to trust you. You know? We got to trust you based on what? So what makes your numbers better than Mike Coppinger's numbers? You see what I'm saying? Please let me know that. So how's your source guaranteed better? Like, it's not even logical, bro. They know they can't get 50-50. They know they're getting shut out. Bob Arum knows he's losing money, and that's what it comes down to, bro. That's what it comes down to. You know you're getting ran through when it comes to the competition. And you can't. The one thing about Trump that's accurate is you're Trump. You don't want to admit defeat. Bud went on live during Errol's fight week. That's what I'm saying. He went to the fight. So the fight was so abysmal, but Bud was in attendance. Man, come on. If you trust this, listen. I'm about to catch another body.
It's whether Errol Spence will be back.
Listen. Let's play the game. Okay, so he said,
because I have grave doubts whether Errol Spence will be back in the ring in the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, as that may be, and I have received some inside intelligence that allows me to say that. So, I mean, let's pass on Errol Spence because
What? What? So he just said that Errol Spence, we can't even look at him as an option immediately after the injury. That's what he said. He said he has on good authority that Errol Spence won't be the same, won't be able to walk or whatever. He just messed up from the car wreck. So he won't be coming back anytime soon. But now you say that Errol Spence is hiding between Al Heyman. Man, what? What? You said Errol Spence was not coming back because you heard from your sources. So how do your sources know so much and they fed you that wrong information? So you're guaranteed that the source that gave you the numbers is 100% accurate, but Mike Coppinger's his sources are horrible. Man, it's a new dawn, bro. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's what it is. You know, like you're trying to tell people. And the funny, you know what the hilarious part is? Shakur's fighting this weekend. Where's the promotion for that? Kane killing y'all. He also said Al Heyman doesn't really exist. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's over. It's looking over with all these talking points. You can't just pander to old media anymore and just spread these lies. There's too many people that do this. Bro, he said Al Heyman doesn't exist, but then he said Al Heyman's the devil and the cancer of boxing. Then he said Al Heyman and PBC are doing good shit when he started working with him, and we made the Wilder Fury fight. Then the other week he said Al Heyman's blocking the fight and Errol's hiding behind Al Heyman. He said Errol wouldn't be able to walk again and wouldn't be fighting after the accident. And then now they're saying Errol can fight, but it did bad number. I mean, this is the worst look for any promotional. And the funny thing is, PBC, Fox, they're not even saying nothing. They haven't confirmed Coppinger's numbers, denied it. They just looking back and watching me make videos, and Mike Coppinger put out tweets, and Errol Spence put out tweets, and Bob. Fox ain't even said nothing. Fox didn't confirm it or deny it. So, you know, whatever. It's projection. It's projection. It's projection. They saying that Crawford can't come back until May because it don't make no sense. You don't have no one for him. You're overpaying him for the amount of attention his fights are probably getting. It's like, how many times can one person lie? What if I just changed my name to Lying Ego and I just got on here and just started lying? It's just everything I was saying was a lie. Like, this is what old media be doing, bro. Just everything is a lie. They don't even try to keep it halfway real anymore. Like, PBC did not even come out with these numbers. They didn't even come out. Mike Coppinger came out with the numbers. So it's not like, you know, PBC said, hey, we did this. And then Bob Arum like, nah, it did 250 pay-per-view buys. Like, what? Man, come on. We'll see how it plays out, but I think this is a bad look for Crawford. And all I know, man, PBC, if I was them, I would be cutthroat. Who I am, I would just be cutthroat. You're not finna defame me and then ask for help. I haven't sent nobody, bro. I'll let people rot. Listen, let that be a lesson. if you like people channels that diss me and shit, I ain't working with nobody. I don't want to interview. I don't want to debate. Bro, I'm gonna let you rot. But I ain't even got to talk about it. I'm just gonna let you do it. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. I'm gonna let you rot, bro. You know, I ain't gonna have nobody talking about me and then working with them and trying to split the bag with them. It's just who I am. You know, and it's a bad look because it doesn't make sense, and it takes away from boxing. Like Shakur is a great fighter. He's literally a great fighter fighting this week with zero buzz for his fight. How are you okay? Errol Spence, his fight is over. He's done for the rest of the year. He will listen to this is some real shit. Shakur is fighting on Saturday. Errol Spence is not fighting for the rest of the year. How are you being interviewed and talking more about a guy who's not even fighting for the rest of the year, not your guy, than Shakur Stevenson, who's fighting on Saturday, and that is your priority or problem or, you know, your asset? ESPN probably on Bob Head, probably. And then he knows listen. Someone said hashtag free Shakur. Check this part. Notice how Top Rank don't have no storylines to that lead to sequels. Just think about it. If I'm lying, I'm gonna need somebody to prove me wrong, and I know y'all can't. Top Rank don't have no real storylines. For example, I'm talking about in-house, no other promoter, just by themselves. Lomachenko and Teofimo. It was cool while it lasted, you know what I'm saying? But it's not the type of fight, based on what I seen. Loma didn't do nothing for 7 rounds. I don't really need to see that again. Loma didn't look that great to me. He tried a little bit at the end, but that's not something I need to see again. So Teofimo also said he didn't want to give Lomachenko another shot. So that's not really something you need a sequel for. Artur Beterbiev Vodstick, that was a meaningful unification and a great fight. Right after that loss, Vodstick retired. So Beterbiev is just fighting whoever he's fighting. You see what I'm saying? So they don't. What fight do they have that has kind of like a need for a second fight or a trilogy? Meanwhile, PBC can do Keith Thurman Pacquiao. I wouldn't mind watching that again. Errol Spence, Sean Porter, I wouldn't mind watching that again. You see what I'm saying? Like they can actually run back some fights because they were good competitive fight. Jackson Marinez and Rolly, they need to run that back. That's a great fight. You see what I'm saying? I just, off the top of my head, I named 3 fights that they can easily run back where there would be an interest level. Marinez versus Rolly, run that back. Porter, Errol Spence, run that back. Pacquiao, Thurman, they can run that back. Thurman, Sean Porter, they can run that back. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, they can run that back. You see what I'm saying? So they have fights that can really depend. I would like Berto and Jose Cito Lopez. I would watch that again. Jose Cito been looking good. So you see they can run fights back. This could take forever. Top Rank don't really have that. Who name a Crawford fight that you would want to see a second time in 2021? I'm cooking y'all. Name one Crawford fight that you would want to see ran back in 2021. Like you would really see and pay top dollar for. Like they could put on pay-per-view type shit. Because Errol Spence and Porter, they would probably put that on pay-per-view. Keith Thurman and Pacquiao, they would put on pay-per-view. Name one Crawford fight that they can run back that you would just be like, oh yeah, that's worth it. Bro, ain't nobody trying to see Mean Machine 2, Benavidez 2. He hasn't even fought since the last Crawford fight. Why would I want to see Jose Benavidez? It was a good fight. But why would I want to see it when he ain't fought since 2018 and he looked bigger than 147 right now? If you look at him. I don't know if you guys seen him. Why would I want to see Amir Khan again when he quit in the fight? Man, come on, bro. I'm telling you, these tricks don't work anymore. Yeah, and then there's great fights like Teofimo. Listen, it's all a gimmick. It's all a game, and it's now been exposed. Bob Arum is shooting down Devin Haney. Why and Teofimo? Why won't you work with another promoter to make Devin Haney Teofimo, but you're begging to make another Errol Spence fight with another promoter and Terrence Crawford? Explain that. Explain that. Explain how Devin Haney is not with your organization, and you've already shut that down, said Devin Haney's not ready or he's not a good sellable name. So you don't want to work with another promoter to make Teofimo versus Devin Haney. You try to sign Devin Haney to Top Rank. I know this personally. And he went with Eddie Hearn. Why won't you work with another promoter on a fight that fans want to see? Because it's not something that you guys want to see. You didn't want Lomachenko to fight Devin. You don't want Teofimo to fight Devin. But you will give us Teofimo versus George Kambosos in Australia that nobody is asking for. I want to see Devin Haney and Teofimo. I don't care about the Kambosos fight like that. Especially in Australia, it's going to be on at some weird time and all this shit. Right? So you think you're going to pander to the audience in the media, old media, and force the narrative that Al Heyman is the bad guy and devil and all this shit, and he needs to lend up one guy or two guys, Pacquiao or Spence, for Crawford, but you don't want to work with Eddie Hearn, who you've worked with, Lomachenko, Corolla, Maurice Hooker, and Maurice Hooker when he was with Eddie, and Jose Ramirez. You've worked with Eddie recently, but you don't want to make Devin Haney and Teofimo. Top Rank's biggest issue right now is these old tactics don't work anymore. This sense of entitlement. You don't want to give the world Teofimo, Devin Haney, two young guys. That's a great fight. Let one of them, Teofimo, saying, "Oh, I'll beat the two-time email champion." Make the fight. Why is it only pressured to fight the two black guys? You know, Terrence Crawford and Spence with the black advisor. I'm telling you, these old tactics will not work in 2020 and beyond. I promise you. Why does the black advisor have to lend up the black fighter, Errol Spence, to suit your needs because you picked him out the crowd and that's who you want? And Crawford hasn't been carrying his weight in terms of resume. He's been putting on great performances, but against who? But then Devin Haney, you don't want to work with his promoter to make Teofimo. You want to take Teofimo, who just beat Lomachenko in America and is an American from Honduras, and people respected the performance. You want to take him to Australia. Looking shaky. It's looking shaky. You just can't win like this, bro. We see the games. We see the tricks. Duh, Admiral. Bud Crawford should allow Ego to promote him. I would definitely do my best job to get him the exposure he needs. He's a tough fighter. He's a great fighter. But I mean, this stuff look bad, bro. Listen, I'll push for Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford when I see Devin Haney and Teofimo. Until then, fuck that fight. I ain't pushing for shit. Yeah, you heard me. I ain't pushing for that. I ain't pushing for that. Yeah, how does it just work only one way on your terms? How is it only on your terms? That's the problem. You're not in control anymore, sir. I'm not pushing for Spence. Listen, there's other fights that need to happen before Spence. I need to see Porter or Keith Thurman and Crawford. And then we could talk something about Spence. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it until I see that. Man, can I get a drink or an appetizer before the main event comes out? I'm super hungry. Give me a drink or an appetizer. Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Crawford, that's a great appetizer. Someone said at least you guys. Yeah, that's dope too. But I really prefer the one I said. Bro, beggars can't be choosers. Crawford has nobody to really fight aligned with Top Rank directly. That makes noise, that helps ESPN. Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip that. The walls are closing in, bro. And everything I'm saying is oh so true, and you know it's so true. You know? So I think everybody in boxing should just mind their own business, work on making the best possible product that you can make. That's what fans will respect. I would respect it if Top Rank just work on what you, Shakur, tell us who he's fighting, why he's fighting this guy, who is he? Give me some background, backstory. I don't want to hear Top Rank talk about PBC. You know? I don't need Bob Arum to tell me numbers. So Bob's a reporter now? Is his job to tell us how much numbers other promotions are making? But then he won't even drop Amir Khan. Man, this is some bullshit. Where the Amir Khan, bro, the Crawford Amir Khan numbers never even came out. So why didn't Bob put them numbers on blast? Amir Khan and Bud Crawford did abysmal from every industry source that we know. How come Bob didn't rush to the media and tell us what the fuck them numbers was? How much did Bud Crawford do versus Amir Khan? Because whatever you're trying to say about Danny Garcia and Errol in the pandemic, that Bud Khan shit was way worse. That shit was way worse. And old media is full of shit. They lying on the numbers and what's being reported, saying that's untrue with no source to tell us that it's not true. And then when Triple G was drawing less numbers on pay-per-view, y'all said he was a big star. But y'all won't admit Errol Spence is a big star. Y'all some fucking haters. Triple G was out there fighting Jacobs and Lemieux, doing horrible numbers. And a fighter from Kazakhstan, y'all said he was a big fighter and a big popular fighter. But now Errol Spence is killing his numbers for his first outings on pay-per-view, first 3 I think it is. And then now nobody want to give him credit. They saying it's a lie and all types of stuff. Y'all getting cooked. That's my time. Y'all getting cooked. Holla at the boy. I got some more videos I'll be dropping. Peace.